Middle of November, about 6 years ago, and I had a client who wanted to do a grand traverse of Remarkables. We had some changeable weather. We'd had about 20 centimetres of new snow. It was very much spring. We weren't sure if we were going to make it. The forecast was for reasonably strong winds, moderate to strong winds. And so it was really a day to go and give it a go. As I climbed up out of Shadow Basin and into deeper snow, I saw pockets of deeper snow. We were going into our knees. And I earmarked this as being probably our biggest problem that day. You know, if we had the right slope at the right angle, we were probably going to have more snow up higher. We needed to watch out for that. We carried on up out of the Grand Couloir. I briefed my client once more. I said, now this slope here is our biggest concern. Look at the drop there. We'll slide down this very fast if something goes. It probably won't kill us, but we might hurt ourselves. We might stick a crampon in ourselves or break a collarbone or something like that. And the chances of something going wrong are pretty low. However, based on the Swiss cheese model, we got everything right that day, or everything wrong, depending on which way you look at it, and I found the sweet spot. We're about 30 metres from the summit. We're on the steepest part. It must be 40 degrees or so, and the snow popped. And a crack erupted from my right thigh, went up about 10 metres, and the surface snow, about 20 centimetres down, came off, but where I was standing, it went maybe 40 or 50 centimetres deep. And I had enough time to say to my client, because it popped and it moved, but it didn't take me with it. I had enough time to say, stick your axe in. And then I became overwhelmed, and I was taken off my feet. And I started to slide, and I slid basically the wrong way because I'm short roping. I have my axe in my right hand, but because I've slid down, I'm now opening because I've got the rope. And the natural tendency is to grab the rope tighter. So I grabbed the rope and I'm turned out. I'm facing down the slope going, oh, this is gonna hurt. And all of a sudden I come to a stop. My client has stopped me. One of the morals of the story is make sure you bring a client who's big enough and reacts fast enough to stop you. I looked up and I said, he was laughing, and I said, no man, I've stuffed up here big time, let's have a chat about this. I told you what the danger was, I told you the likelihood was quite small, but it has happened. We found the sweet spot, and the consequences, thankfully, or the outcome has been good for us. We've been blessed today. We need to take this lesson with us, especially me, being the guide, take this lesson away and make sure it doesn't happen again. Incredible learning that day, and I believe I've used it to my advantage ever since. I can think of 3 different occasions where I've backed off something where the likelihood of something happening was small or moderate, but the consequences have been, you know, either moderate or severe. And I've said, no, you know, thinking back to that time on the Remarkables, this is my reminder to not stuff it up, to walk away so that we don't find out how close we came.